The helicopter blades faded into the distance, leaving behind a silence that felt heavier than the gear on her back. She stood alone at the edge of the dead zone. No radio chatter, no backup, no second chances. The instructors had called it a test, unofficial, unwritten, the kind of trial that never made it into manuals and was never discussed outside quiet rooms with locked doors, the kind of test that decided who belonged and who didn't. Her name was Lieutenant Ava Mercer, 26 years old, the youngest and newest face on the team, the one everyone watched a little too closely, the one they expected to break. The dead zone stretched ahead of her like a scar across the earth. Burned villages, collapsed concrete, twisted metal half buried in sand, a place where maps lied and compasses hesitated, enemy territory that even drones avoided after sunset. Back at the command post, the SEAL team watched her through a flickering satellite feed. "She won't last the night," one of the senior operators muttered. "No one does alone," another replied. They had given her one instruction: walk in. Find your way out. No extraction unless she called it. Ava adjusted the strap on her rifle and stepped forward. The first hour was about discipline. She moved slow, too slow for someone nervous, too controlled for someone afraid, every step placed with intent. She avoided obvious paths, stayed off ridgelines, let the land swallow her silhouette. Her instructors had drilled one rule into her head from day one: if you rush, you die. She passed the remains of a convoy burned down to its frames. The air still smelled faintly of fuel and old smoke. She didn't stop, didn't stare. The dead zone fed on hesitation. As the sun dipped, the temperature dropped fast. Heat bled out of the sand. Shadows stretched and merged into something solid and dangerous. She found a collapsed building and slipped inside just before dark. From the outside, it looked like a grave. From the inside, it was cover. She listened. Whined through broken concrete. A distant dog. Footsteps. Not hers. She shifted into the shadows and waited. 3 figures moved past the opening, armed, casual, laughing, local fighters not expecting resistance in a zone everyone feared. Ava let them pass. The test wasn't about kills. It was about survival. At the command post, the feed flickered again. "She's not transmitting," someone said. "She knows better," the team leader replied. "Silence is the point." Hours passed. Most rookies panicked by now. They made noise, took risks, tried to prove something. Ava did none of that. She waited through the night, moving only when the dead zone slept. By morning, she was deep inside. Her water was already down by a third, her rations untouched. Hunger could wait, thirst could not. She found a shallow well hidden behind debris. The water was cloudy, dangerous. She filtered it anyway. Risk was unavoidable, stupidity wasn't. She drank slowly. Every decision here had consequences. The second day tested her mind. The dead zone played tricks, sounds that weren't real, movement that vanished when focused on, the constant pressure of knowing someone could be watching. She spotted signs of recent activity, fresh tracks, new shell casings. This wasn't an empty place. She adjusted her route. At midday, she heard engines. Too close. She dropped flat as a technical truck rolled past less than 50 meters away. Men stood in the back, rifles loose in their hands. One of them scanned the area. For a moment, his eyes passed over her position. Ava didn't blink. Didn't breathe. The truck moved on. At the command post, someone exhaled. "That was luck," an operator said. "No," the team leader replied. "That was training." Night 2 was colder. Her body ached, muscles tight from constant tension. She hadn't slept more than minutes at a time. This was where most failed. Fatigue made liars out of confidence. She found shelter beneath a collapsed overpass. Water dripped from somewhere above, slow and steady. She counted the drops to stay awake. 100. 200. Movement. She rolled silently, rifle up. A shape emerged from the dark. Not armed. A child. Dirty, thin, eyes wide with fear. Ava lowered her weapon immediately. The child froze. They stared at each other. Ava reached into her pack and slid a ration bar across the ground. The child hesitated, then grabbed it and vanished. Back at command, no one spoke. By day 3, her route narrowed. She had two choices: a longer path with less cover, or a shorter path through a contested sector. She chose the shorter. Risk was measured, not avoided. Gunfire echoed in the distance, closer than before. She moved low and fast now, using every scrap of shadow, her breathing controlled, her heart steady. A patrol appeared ahead. Too many to slip past cleanly. She waited. Minutes stretched. Then an explosion sounded far to the east. The patrol shifted direction. Ava moved. No hesitation. She crossed open ground in seconds, disappeared into rubble and kept going. The final stretch was the worst. No cover. No water left. Her legs felt like concrete. Her vision blurred at the edges. This was where willpower mattered more than strength. She thought of nothing. No family. No team. Just the next step. And the one after that. When she emerged from the dead zone, it was almost anticlimactic. A stretch of scrubland. A distant ridge. Then figures. Armed. Watching. The SEAL team stepped into view. They didn't clap. Didn't cheer. They just stared. Dust covered her, eyes sunken, uniform torn. Still standing. The team leader approached her. "How many days?" he asked. Ava shrugged. "Didn't count." Someone laughed quietly. Another shook his head. They had sent her in to see if she would fail. She had walked out alone. And from that day on, no one called her a rookie again. But the dead zone never really lets you go. Even now, years later, the team still talks about that test. Not because it was cruel, but because it revealed something rare. Not aggression, not fearlessness, but control. And that is what separates survivors from legends.